Hello guys, you are welcome to the class. You should have a latest version of Excel. I'm using the 2019. If you're having 2016, maybe it will work, but I've not tried. So I'm currently using the 2019. So you go to this will be your Excel homepage. You click on new. When it opens, you should have these ribbons on top of your Excel. We are going to use the developer tab when we start working about the coding. If you are not seeing the developer tab on your ribbons, you go to file, then you go to more, options. You come down to customize ribbon. When the customize ribbon opens, you see the developer tab here. You have to tick. If you have not ticked it, you have to tick it so that the developer tab will appear on top. First of all, we have to save our work even before we start. So you go to file, then you go to save as. Don't go to save, you go to save as. You can save to any location you want. Let's choose desktop and you give it a name. My SBA. The reason why we are saving is that we are going to change the save type from Excel workbook to Excel macro enable workbook. The macro enable workbook will help us when we start running our code. So you should have Excel macro enable workbook. You click on OK to save. So we are going to be creating sheets, as many as we will need them. For now, the sheet we are going to create is the subject sheet. We are going to use the lower primary class. So if you have a GHS class you want to create for, you can start with the GHS class, but make sure that you are following whatever you are doing so that you don't get lost along the line. Now this will be our first sheet. Let's name the sheet 2. You double click on it to give it a name, a different name. So our subject will be English. We are going to work on one sheet. When we are done with the sheet and everything is okay, we just have to copy and paste, or we just have to duplicate them, because the subject sheet will be the same thing for all the subjects. We are going to expand the first cell. The first cell is where we are going to capture the school name. When you look at the sample I posted in the school name is showing on every sheet you open. So the first cell will capture the school name. The second cell is where we are going to have our tabs. We are going to create some tabs. And the third cell is where the names are going to start from. The first column, that's the A. The first column will take the serial number. So we are going to ignore the first and second line for now. Let's start with cell A3. The cell A3 will contain serial number. So SN. You enter SN. Then we are going to write a formula to generate numbers. We are not going to number them 1, 2, 3. Let's write a formula for that. The formula is equal to row into bracket A1. Then you close the bracket, you hit enter. Then you point your mouse cursor or mouse pointer to where the two lines are intersecting, this arrow, this line. Then you drag it. You can see the numbers have increased, or the numbers is automatically doing the calculation. So you drag it to where you want the last number to be. Send it to 150, because some schools have huge enrollment. So let's make it 150. So we are 151. Okay, it's okay. We are done with the first one. Now the second cell, that cell B, is going to contain the names. So you type in names. Let's expand the cell, because students have longer names. Some students have longer names. Others have 4 and 5 names. So let's expand the cell so that it can contain up to 4 or 5 names. The next cell is where we are going to have our clusters. You start recording from clusters. So that one will be clusters 1 and clusters 2 and clusters 3. You can make it anyhow you want it to be, but I'll recommend we all follow, so that if you get lost, we will be able to help you. If you want to add clusters 4, clusters 5, that one is up to you, but make sure you understand whatever we are doing. So the clusters 1 should be, let's say 15 over 15. So you hit on the keyboard Control Enter for the cursor to come down here, so that you type into bracket 15. That will be for clusters 1. So we have 15. You do the same for class test 2. You put the cursor here, Alt Enter on the keyboard, then 15. And the third one, class test 3. Say class test 3 will be 20. So you put the cursor here, Alt Enter, then you type 20. You type 20. So these three numbers should give you 50. Others might make it 60 and will later convert the 60 to 50. If you want to convert from 60 to 50, it's also not difficult to do. So for now, this is what we are going to use. So we are going to add the total. The total will be here. Total. Then you bring the cursor here, Alt Enter. The total should be into brackets 50. Then you hit Enter. Then the next column will be where you enter your exam score. So exams, Alt Enter, that will be 100. That's where the user will enter the examination. And the next line will be exams, 50%. That's 50% of the exam. So let's copy this and paste it here. You press enter on the keyboard after that. You just have to edit the number in brackets. So the examination will be converted to 50%. So class score 50% plus examination 50% will give you another 100%. From there, then we go to position, remask. Then we go to grade. Everybody has his own way of doing things, but let's follow. We all get to one place. So these are the columns we are going to use for now. And let's create some tabs that we'll be using. You go to insert, then you go to shapes, then you draw a rectangle. So we are going to edit the shape to look nice. You see you have some options here. You click the arrow here, the style. Then we change the style to this blue one. Then we also change the shape effect, bevel. Then we choose, let's choose this. Any of them which you think will be nicer to you, then you choose. So okay, let's go with this. Then let's change the color. You can change the color going to shape fill, yellow. Then you type in a text. You right click on it and go to edit text. This button will be called clear. You create a code to clear the marks after the end of the term because you'll be using it for a different term too. When you are done typing, you click outside the shape and you are done. Let's change the color of the text. So text fill, we change it to black. And let's change the alignment to center. Then we bolding it. Let's change the font size to, I think 18 will do. And let's expand it a little bit. So these are some of the buttons we are going to use. Let's copy the same button. Right click at the edge. Then you copy and paste. Our second button will be called the subject. So this is English. So let's clear the names here and type English. You can make it English language or anyhow you want to make it. You click outside to select. Then we reduce the size. Let's just paste the one we copied again. Then we make it change subject. We are going to create a button where you can switch and change from one subject to another. So change subject button. You click outside. Then we go to another button called clear exam score. So let's paste. So clear exam score. We have clear class score and clear exam score. So we create another button to clear exam score. Clear exams score. So this is clear class score button and this is clear exam score button. Let's put that one here. Then you add another one, another button called view assessment sheet. So right from the subject sheet, you can view your assessment. So assessment, you create a link to that assessment sheet or anyhow you want to name it. Then you put that one at the edge. Assessment sheet. Then you have our home page. No, the report card. So view report. So this one will be student report or view student report. Anyhow you want to type it, student report. Student report. So the student report will come here. Now let's change the colors. The student report, let's give it a red color. You go to shape format, shape fill, then you choose red. Because the color is red, let's change the text color to be white. So this is the student report. Let's change the size. So this is how the student report button will look like. And let's change the color for the subject. Okay, so these are the buttons you are going to use. Then you need another button for the home page. I normally like using icons. So you can download from the internet an icon of a home page. It will give you a home page. This is the home page icon I downloaded from the internet. So you can go to the internet and download a PNG of it. So you just have to resize it and paste it there. This will be the icon that will take us to the home page. Let's add some colors for it to look nicer. You select the first row, you go to color fill, then you add a color. Let's choose a color. You can choose any color of your choice, please. Then let's expand this a little bit. Let's add another color here. Then we choose a different color. Maybe the purple will be. So this is how the subject sheet will look like. We are only working on one subject, English language, because when we are done, we are going to just copy and paste and just rename the subject to the other subject you want to create. So everything we are doing here will be the same thing for the subject sheet. That's why we are working on only one sheet for now. So let's customize it to make it nice. You can just reduce the size of the shape and arrange them well. You should have something like this by now. And let's edit this place. Let's make it a little bit thin because we have only numbers there. And let's enter the text. We are going to give that place to a color, a nice looking color. Let's choose the same color. Then we are going to give a color to the names. Color fill, let's use a lighter color. So we are going to give the cells a border. You start highlighting from cell A3. Then you drag through 154. You go to the shape, you go to the options here, then you click on all border to give you a nice border like this. You still have to expand the cells, especially the name column. So this is how it's going to be. If you think the font size is too larger, you can just reduce the font size to 16. We are going to hide the rest of the cells we are not going to use. All the cells, we are not going to use them, so we will hide them. You select, let's start hiding from cell T. So on the keyboard, you click on T. Then you hold Control Shift and the right arrow on the keyboard, the right arrow. You see, it has selected the rest of the cells. Then you click on any one of them. You right click and you go to hide. So you can see the cells are no more hiding. So we have only this remaining. So that's what we are going to work on. Time and arrange the tabs very well to look nice. Okay, our next thing we are going to do is that, when you scroll down, you can see the headings are gone. We are not seeing them. So we need to freeze some of the panes so that even if we scroll, you can still see the headings. So you click on the first cell here, that's C4. You click on C4. Then you go to view, freeze. You select the first option, freeze panes. Now let's scroll and see. You can see the top is not moving. And when you scroll right, the names will still be there. The names will not be moving. So even if you scroll to the right side, the student's name will still be there for you to see and enter the student's marks for them. So the right and the left side are not moving with just one single click. So this is how far we've gone to.